So now we covered Gary Kasparov basically being put out of a job back in 1997. Let's flash forward to seeing what's happening right now in 2020 and who may be losing their jobs soon, right? So this article out of medgadget.com is AI-powered teleradiology FDA cleared for triage in department swamped by COVID-19. Interview with David Stavens, CEO of Nines. Nines, a teleradiology company based in Palo Alto, California, recently received FDA clearance for their Nines AI medical device, which supports the automated radiological review of CT head images for the possible presence of two time-critical, life-threatening indications, intracranial hemorrhage and mass effect. The technology can help radiologists in triaging cases. Nines is the first company to receive FDA clearance for AI technology that triages mass effect conditions. And this article gets really interesting because it talks about this teleradiology. And I want you to keep one thing in mind as we go through this article and you think about it is when they talk about making this process of reading x-rays more efficient, what they're really getting at is cutting out the human equation. Listen to what language they're using when I read portions and excerpts of this article. And it sounds like, yeah, it's making it better, it's more efficient, it frees up the radiologist. Well, when you free up a radiologist and eventually you have a bunch of free radiologists sitting around, someone's like, I don't have to pay those meatheads, right? And radiologists, I mean, it's not like they're exactly meatheads. So what does that tell you? Even people such as doctors may not be safe, or at least some may not be safe from feeling the effects of automation on their pocketbooks and their job status, right? So teleradiology is an increasingly vital service for healthcare providers whereby radiological images are sent to a radiologist in a remote location for analysis. Moreover, AI has an emerging role in radiological diagnostics and can provide a supportive role for radiologists in making their assessments. So what they're saying there is, hey, if somebody in one area breaks their leg or hits their head, in this case, they're looking for issues with the head, then they can just basically take the x-ray, take the CAT scan, do whatever they need to there, and beam, hey man, I'm old, man, beam the data to a computer AI that can read it, or they have the computer AI right there. Basically, you're eliminating the need for the radiologist. The only reason they would have a radiologist is just to get a human set of eyes on it to confirm, right? And where it said, moreover, AI is having an emerging role in radiological diagnostics and So the article goes on to say, all current customers and new customers who sign up. So then the article goes on to say, and this gets neat here, all current customers and new customers who sign up with Nines before June 30th, this article came out, I believe, in May 2020, will get Nines AI for free. This access will allow Nines customers to assess, identify, and triage emergent conditions of intracranial hemorrhage and mass effect while in-house radiology departments are inundated, especially as some of these departments are overwhelmed by COVID-19 cases. Okay, so it's if they got it before June 30th, now people are having to pay for it, I assume. Well, what happens when you have this ability that you're paying for to read your x-rays, to look for these head injuries and mass effect and different things that are going on? And then when COVID-19, when your surge in your hospital comes down and now what do? Are you not still going to use the automated method? Well, again, it gets back to what do you do with the radiologist that's now sitting around with their thumb in their ass? Mega Gadget had the opportunity to speak with David Stavens, CEO and founder of Nines, about the technology and how the company is supporting quality care, blah, blah, blah. All right, so it goes down here. Let me find this. There's a pretty interesting part in here, a couple pretty interesting parts. According to the American College of Radiology, there's only one radiologist for every 10,000 Americans. To keep up, a typical radiologist must review one image every 3 to 4 seconds to meet workload demands in an 8-hour workday, according to a study from the Mayo Clinic. Each one of these images has the potential to show information that is critical in making a radiologic diagnosis that is used to direct patient care. And hey, patient care when you're, zapping x-rays through people could head problems, all kinds of stuff, right? So it could be some pretty life-threatening stuff. Now, I'm not going to doubt the Mayo Clinic. It's the Mayo Clinic. They have a great reputation. That just seemed, radiologists are every 3 or 4 seconds are sitting there all day long looking at these pictures going across. I don't know, man. I haven't seen too many bug-eyed radiologists in my days. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not saying they don't work hard, but that seems, wow, if they work that hard, shit, they're probably even underpaid and they probably make a lot of money, right? Another interesting thing that David Stavens says is for emergency conditions of intracranial hemorrhage and mass effect, time to intervention is critical. With intracranial hemorrhage, for example, the 30-day mortality rate ranges from 35 to 52%, and only 20% of survivors expected to have full functional recovery at 6 months. And approximately half of this mortality occurs within the first 24 hours. Radiologists using Nine's AI can be notified of potential life-threatening finding in approximately 15 seconds after image acquisition is complete, meaning that potentially life-saving care can begin very quickly. No, so what that means is they take the x-ray, do whatever they do, and the computer immediately reads that information and sends notification to the doctors or whoever or whatever robot AI is treating the patient at the time. So now, along that same vein of whoever's treating AI at the time, we have this other article here from MedGadget that's titled AI Systems Decide When to Help Diagnose X-Rays. Artificial intelligence is playing an ever larger role in modern clinical care. For example, there are already imaging processing systems that are able to automatically spot polyps during colonoscopies and help analyze head CT scans for hemorrhage and mass effect. A universal issue with such systems is that they do not take into account how experienced, busy, or in need of actual help a given clinician is. A team of MIT researchers has now developed a machine learning system that can adjust how it makes clinically relevant decisions, whether to let an expert decide something or to do it itself, and to do so while taking into account how busy or experienced the clinician using it is. So what are they saying there, right? So basically what they're saying is you have this computer, this AI, it goes in, and when they start off here, spots polyps during colonoscopy. So they have this computer AI jam some big probe up your ass, goes up there, looks around, and immediately it decides, hey, I see polyps, I don't see polyps, whatever it sees, and it decides through a learning tree or however it decides is, hey, you know what? Is the doctor really busy right now? All right, yeah, he's too busy. He doesn't need to know about it. So the AI computer Brian just goes, I won't tell him. I'm just going to go ahead and do X. I'll push that information off over here. Or, hey, maybe this is a new doctor that doesn't know as much. Or maybe, hey, this doesn't, this really needs the doctor's attention. So the AI is deciding, it reads it. It can read the X-ray, and now it can also decide whether it tells and who it tells about the information in that X-ray. So the article goes on to say the self-adjusting system was given a bunch of virtual experts to work with, and when reviewing potential cases of cardiomegaly, it showed an 8% improvement over using only experts or only the system's own recommendations. So what does that mean? It means the more the computer decides which humans, yeah, you're not cutting it, buddy. Yeah, we don't need to talk to you. It's getting a better result. Well, there's a certain common denominator there. It's the humans that are gumming up the works, right? So over time, as they dial this in, maybe that 8% creeps up. And what is that 8% really? That's human hours that it may not need. Right? So in medical environments where doctors don't have many extra cycles, it's not the best use of their time to have them look at every single data point from a given patient's file, said Hussein Mazanar, lead author of a study that was recently presented to the International Conference of Machine Learning. In that sort of scenario, it's important for the system to be especially sensitive to their time and only ask for their help when absolutely necessary. Yeah, don't bug the doctor that's busy. So, that's great thinking, and it's a great idea. I just wonder where you hit that break line of, hey, now we're actually, how do we get these inefficient humans out of the workforce? And then that leads to the question that we've been asking so far before, What do you do with these people now, right? It's something we have to think about. The system has a classifier component that can predict a certain set of subtasks according to NMIT press release, and a rejector component that makes a decision on whether to use classifier or divert the decision to the human. Our algorithms allow you to optimize for whatever choice you want, whether that's the specific prediction accuracy or the cost of experts' time and effort, added David Sontag, another of the paper's lead authors. Moreover, by interpreting the learned rejector, the system provides insights into how experts make decisions and in which settings AI may be more appropriate or vice versa. I mean, come on. The whole vice versa right now, that's them throwing that in there. Oh yeah, because we all, AI, we won't do it. If you keep fine-tuning AI will get fine-tuned to the point where, oh yeah, no, there's no vice versa, right? There are many obstacles that understandably prohibit full automation in clinical settings, including issues of trust and accountability. We hope that our method will inspire machine learning practitioners to get more creative in integrating real-time human expertise into their algorithms. Let's rephrase that. We hope that our method will inspire machine learning practitioners to get more creative in integrating AI into the place in replacing humans in the whole chain of workplace events. So yeah, everybody, hey, again, it's something we need to think about. It's coming down the road. It's coming down a lot faster than I think most people want to, and it's coming down a lot faster than I think most people want to believe. So, again, keep an eye on it, research it, check out my next video that's coming out on AI here. And hey, let me know what you think in the comments below. And hey, like I always ask, please, if you can do anything, please share these videos. It's the best way to get the word out so we get other people on board with having similar thought processes, just thinking about the what ifs that may be coming during these, obviously crazy times. And if you would, go ahead, comments, like, subscribe, smash the bell, ring the bell. I don't know how that. Anyway, do all that stuff. Bye for now.